Jay Z and Diddy have been named as defendants in a lawsuit alleging the rap of a 13-year-old girl, Jane Doe. The lawsuit was originally filed in October and has been refiled to include Jay Z as a defendant. The anonymous accuser claims that the assault occurred at an MTV Video Music Awards afterparty. Jay Z denies the allegations and urges a criminal complaint instead of a civil one. He also criticized the attorney behind the lawsuit, Tony Busby, for exploiting the case for personal gain. A 38-year-old mother from Alabama who has filed a lawsuit accusing Jay Z and Diddy of raping her when she was 13 years old has spoken out to NBC News for the first time. She asked not to reveal her identity, but believes it is a chapter of her life that she would like to close. She believes that having autism is like living in a shatterproof ball with the world on fire, with no way for her to escape. A recent resurfaced video and a recent lawsuit against Jay Z and Diddy have led to speculation about what actually happened on the night of the afterparty. In conclusion, the recent lawsuit against Jay Z and Diddy has led to speculation about the events leading up to the incident. It is crucial for individuals to advocate for themselves and never let others' actions run their lives. A woman with autism suffered a head injury at the 2000 VMAs and was taken to Manhattan by a friend. She spoke to Coles's limo driver, who offered her a ride to an after-party where she spoke to musicians Benji Madden and his brother about his tattoo, The Last Supper. The woman had a drink that made her feel woozy, and Combs and Carter took turns raping her while a female celebrity watched. After the alleged rape, she ran to a gas station and called her father, who picked her up and drove her home. He didn't ask her what happened or where she was. Diddy's disgusting behavior with minors and his relationship with Jay Z? I'll point to one thing. Jay Z was involved in the rape that Diddy carried out. There are dozens of sources close to Jay Z and Diddy who have come forward and talked about how Jay Z and Diddy are just as dangerous as 50 Cent. An accusation about Jay Z and Diddy was made in a 13-year-old teenager. The statement was written by a lawyer, and it seemed to get aggressive. The teenager asked for a friend and Kendrick to figure out if they were still going to have the Super Bowl. The teenager was trying to figure out if they were still doing everything the way look. But like the NFL, they won't necessarily be associated with that. The details of the case are shocking, and it's completely understandable why someone would choose to stay quiet. Jay Z and Diddy have a history of abusing victims and threatening anyone that stands up against them. Jay Z pled guilty to third-degree assault for stabbing Lance Unrivera back in December 1999, while Diddy was involved in a shooting in the year. Why would a victim come out against them just a year later if they knew how dangerous these two were inside the building? Plaintiff? The plaintiff entered a large living room or foyer at the VMA's weightlifting event and attempted to mingle with several celebrities. She observed widespread drug use, including marijuana and cocaine. After drinking a reddish-yellow drink, she began to feel woozy and lightheaded. Photos included in the lawsuit show a small plastic container that the plaintiff claims contains drugs at the party. Combs, defendant Carter, and a female celebrity named B entered the room. Combs aggressively approached the plaintiff, grabbed her, and threw her toward a wall. Carter began removing her clothes as she became more disoriented. After Carter was finished, Holmes vaginally raped her while Combs and celebrity B watched. Holmes then knocked the plaintiff down and attempted to force her to perform orals on him. The lawsuit claims that Jay Z and Diddy gave minors spiked drinks and later assaulted them while other celebrities stood around and watched people at risk. Jay Z, real name Sean Carter, came up in the New York rap scene alongside Shaw Combs. Just a few days ago, Texas attorney Tony Busby made it official and filed an amended complaint on behalf of a Jane Doe who claims she was raped by Combs and Carter when she was just 13 years old at a VAS's afterparty back in 2000. Celebrity A has been identified as Jay Z, who denies any involvement in the alleged assault. He has accused Busby of extortion, claiming that Busby's attempts to get celebrities to pay out huge sums of money in exchange for not being named in civil lawsuits with false allegations amounts to blackmail. Jay Z is believed to be John Doe, who recently filed a lawsuit against Busby, anonymously claiming extortion and intentional infliction of pain. The New York Times has contacted the author about Jay Z's allegations of extortion and blackmail, which they claim are false. The author's response is straightforward. No one has made any threats, and Jay Z's assertions are bogus and laughable. Instead, their firm sent a standard demand letter seeking mediation on behalf of a woman who alleges Jay Z sexually assaulted her as a minor. The letter was vetted and approved by her client, who preferred to attempt resolution short of filing a lawsuit. The author believes that this approach is common in these types of cases, and that Jay Z has been using the media to attack the opposing lawyer while ignoring the allegations being made by the alleged victim. They believe that Jay Z is being blackmailed and doesn't have any relation to Diddy or the alleged crimes. The author also mentions that Jay Z has said nothing about the victim or her allegories, even though he filed a lawsuit against her husband. The complaint begins with defendant Sean Combs and his longtime friend and collaborator Sean Carter, who drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after-party following the 2000 Video Music Awards. Another celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns assaulting the minor. Many others were present at the after-party, but did nothing to stop the assault. The author believes that Jay Z believes he is above the law and that he is not his close friend Sean Carter. The complaint goes on to say that Combs and Carter were not just occasional collaborators in the music industry. They developed a close friendship from the late 1990s to the present. They attended countless music industry events and hosted an after-party for many famous celebrities in the music and entertainment industries, including Carter. The author also mentions that Busby used this complaint to address an alleged harassment campaign that he claims Jay Z started after Busby reached out about his involvement in the suit. The complaint reads that Carter was identified in the plaintiff's original complaint as celebrity and received a letter from the plaintiff's counsel requesting a mediation to resolve the matter. The author warns that people speaking out against Jay Z to stop talking, and that CC has even warned Jaguar Wright of the consequences that can come from making him angry. Jay Z is allegedly willing to get his hands dirty, and if push comes to shove, he is willing to murder people to silence them. Jaguar Wright, a former member of the Jay Z family, has come out and spoken about a new lawsuit against Jay Z, claiming that 3 victims she knows have been emboldened by the situation and are planning to file lawsuits. Wright had predicted all of this would happen when she went on Morgan, but no one believed her. Now, everything she said is being proven right. Jay Z has now had an official lawsuit, and it's being talked about louder than ever. Wright has been warning people about Jay Z, and it's giving some peace to know that people are finally questioning him. Jay Z's ex-bodyguard has also said how Jay Z is just as bad as Diddy, if even worse. Gandiel saw firsthand how close Jay Z was to Diddy, and if he says that Jay Z was an accomplice, then that's all the evidence you need. There is no way Diddy could manage a sex trafficking ring alone, and Jay Z was one of them. Diddy used to hate Jay Z enough when he was trying to get J. Rue to go at him. Ashner Kushner and Ashner Kushner met Jay Z at a game in 2000. They were talking about something amongst each other amongst all of them, laughing and joking with each other. Over the years, they were giving garden parties, which could tell that the people in power had given that ring to Diddy and Jay was next in line. Diddy is desperate, and a lot of sources are saying that there's a good chance he might confess soon records. Wright made a lot of allegations, and he is expected to eventually turn those things over. He has a hearing now to determine what documents will be turned over and what documents they will not. In conclusion, the ongoing investigation into Jay Z's relationship with Diddy and his connections to Jay Z has raised serious questions about the potential consequences of their actions. The ongoing legal battle between Jay Z and Diddy continues to unfold, with the possibility of Jay Z confessing soon. In this text, the speaker discusses the ongoing investigation into the sexual assault case against Kim Porter and her husband, Daveigh Chase. The speaker is subpoenaed by the court and is being brought to a different courthouse for further testimony. They mention that they can only mention celebrities in the interview, but they are trying to back up their claims with factual footage. The lawyer handling the case, Tony Busby, has come forward and stated that he will be naming other celebrities in the lawsuit. Diddy is only one of the names on his list. And once these other celebrities are exposed, the biggest SE trafficking ring in Hollywood history will fall. The speaker anticipates filing lawsuits, which may not be big names at first, but will have a long list of names. The speaker also mentions several instances where victims have reported that celebrities were involved in the case. For example, a minor was told by Sean Combs that he would make him a star, but needed a visit with him in private about it away from his parents. He made the victim perform oral sex upon him. Another incident involved a 15-year-old girl who was drugged and taken into a private room, allegedly in the presence of Mr. Combs. Another individual, 26, was picked up by Mr. Combs and several others in a black SUV from the airport and woke up the next day with pain and damage to both her vagina and anus. She went to the hospital missing her underwear and shoes. Another instance involves an individual who attended a group dinner with Sean Combs in Miami, who was not drinking because she was pregnant. She claimed that whatever she drank at the table was laced with something she blacked out and woke up in the same bed again, allegedly with Mr. Combs in his mansion in Miami. Her vagina and anus were torn and sore. The speaker also mentions more witnesses stepping forward, chilling claims surfacing, and connections between these two powerful figures coming under scrutiny. It seems that the depth of the story is just beginning to uncover, and the question remains, will justice prevail, or will the influence of these celebrities silence the truth once again?